好，同學，咁我哋今日呢度咧就講 Chapter 13啦，咁就係講 market 同埋 market structure 嘅。咁其實呢一課咧同第12課咧都係好 straightforward 嘅啫，純粹真係要同學俾啲心機要背咗當中嘅內容咯。因為其實呢一課咧就係解釋究竟econ 裏面咧將唔同嘅 markets 咧分咗做唔同嘅 market structure，咁你就要背咗嗰啲 market structure 嘅名咁樣咯。好啦，咁 market structure 啦。好啦，首先講 market structure 之前咧，我哋講咗乜嘢叫做 market 先。Okay, what is market? A market is any arrangement which enable transaction to take place. 有任何嘅 arrangement 令到有 transaction 嘅話咧，咁嗰個就叫做 market 㗎啦。Okay? Markets can be classified according to the items being transacted. Okay, for example, the oil market, fish market, labor market. OK，你可以用嗰樣嘢啦。OK，你交易啲乜嘢物品而去分個 market 嘅。OK, for example, the market transacting oil, we call it oil market, and the market transacting fish, we call it fish market. OK, or broadly grouped into product market and factor market. OK，咁或者你可以大啲咁樣去 group 咗佢啦，叫做 product market 或者叫 factor market 啦。OK，product market 就係講緊你賣嗰啲物品出去嗰啲 market 啦。factor market 就係講緊你 employing factor of production 嘅 market 啦。OK，好啦，咁我哋呢個 chapter 咧，我哋淨係會講 product market 嘅啫。OK，好啦，呢度啦。A transaction can take place in different ways. A market can exist without a physical location or face-to-face contact between buyers and sellers. Okay, even though there is no physical location or there is no face-to-face contact amongst the buyers and sellers, there can be still a market. 就算冇一個 face-to-face 嘅contact 啦，或者你冇一個 physical location，冇一個鋪位，冇一個地點去買賣嘅，我哋仍然咧都可以叫做有 markets 嘅。例如啲乜嘢咧？For example, you order pizza by the mobile apps. Okay, you would not got face-to-face contact with the pizza shop. However, there is still a market. Okay. Also, maybe you book film tickets through the internet. Okay. 咁呢啲咧，就算咧冇 face to face 都好咧，我哋都叫做咧有一個 market 喺度嘅。只要你有 buying and selling，OK，when there is transaction, then there is a market，OK，even though there is no physical location or face to face contact，OK，好啦，跟住啦。咁 market structure 咧，我哋分咗兩大類嘅，OK。There are two types of market structure. That is perfect competition and imperfect competition. Okay, and under imperfect competition, there are three types. That is monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. And we'll talk about them one by one. 咁你見到啦，佢其實分咗兩大類啦，跟住兩大類之後又分咗三類啦。OK。咁但係如果當 DSE 問你咧，究竟佢係屬於邊一類嘅 market structure 啊？你係要話俾我知呢幾類嘅。Okay, when the question asking you which types of market structure does it belongs to, okay, then you have to answer those names, okay, but not just answer me, oh, it is imperfect competition. Okay, you have to answer me which types of imperfect competition is it? It is. OK，咁你就唔好淨係話俾我知，哦佢 perfect 或者佢 imperfect。如果佢 imperfect，你話俾我知究竟佢係屬於邊個類型嘅，得唔得？咁同埋下面啦 ，in all these market structure, we assume that there are many buyers. OK，我哋全部咧都當佢有好多 buyers 嘅，and the buyers are small and not associated with each others. OK, we assume that the buyers are very small and they are not associated with each others. OK，佢哋冇互相咧冇關聯嘅嗰啲 buyers。Each bias has little influence on the market，咁所以咧佢既然咁細啦，同埋佢哋冇 associate with each others 咧，佢哋對呢個市場咧，其實佢唔可以話影響到好大嘅。OK，好啦，咁首先咧我哋講咗 perfect competition 先啦。Perfect competition, there are some major features of perfect competition. Okay, you have to memorize those features. Okay, the first feature is many small sellers in the market. Okay, in a perfect competitive market, there are many sellers. 好多 sellers 嘅 each has a small shares of the market。佢哋咧好多唔同嘅 seller 啦，而佢哋喺個 market 嗰度咧 係好細嘅啫，佔嘅比例佢哋微塵咁樣嘅啫。OK，no single sellers can influence the market price. OK，by varying its quantity supply because they are very small. Even though they change their quantity supply, it is not large enough to affect the market price. So all the sellers in the perfect competition, a perfect competitive markets, they do not have the ability to influence the market price.咁因為佢哋好細啦，細到微塵咁細啦。咁所以就算佢哋點樣喐佢哋嗰啲quantity supply 咧，其實佢都唔足以去影響到嗰個 market price 嘅。呢度啦 ，sellers do not associate with each others and do not act collectively to influence the market price， 同埋佢哋唔會合作咁樣去影響個 market price 啦。好啦，跟住第二個 features 啦 ，the second features free entry into the market. A perfect competitive market poses no barrier to entry. That means if you would like to enter this market to do business, you can freely enter the market. New firm can enter the market anytime to compete with the existing firm. 佢哋可以任意入嚟咧，去同嗰啲原本喺度嘅公司咧去做競爭嘅，咁就 free entry into market 啦。好啦，跟住第三個啦 ，seller supply homogeneous product。homogeneous 咧即係相同嘅意思啦。Product are homogeneous when buyer regard the products of different sellers as being completely identical。嗱，幾時為之 homogeneous 咧？就係當嗰啲 bias 覺得佢係一樣咧，佢就係一樣㗎啦。If the buyer thinks that the products are the same, then the product is homogeneous products. 咁係咪話一樣一定要嗰樣嘢係一模一樣嘅咧？其實唔一定嘅，只要個 bias 覺得佢係一樣，佢就係一樣；個 bias 覺得佢係唔一樣，就係唔一樣㗎啦。咁我哋之後會再講多少少嘅。好啦，跟住第四個 features 啦 ，seller and buyer have perfect information。咩叫做 perfect information 咧 ？That means the buyers and sellers know all the information, all the market information. That means perfect information. In a perfectly competitive market, buyer and seller all know the price that different seller charges, the quality of their product, the market demand, supply, etc. They know all the market information. Then we call that perfect information. 咩叫 perfect information？ 就係佢哋知道晒成個市場嘅資訊咯。咁呢個咧就係 perfect competition 嗰4個 major features 啦。There are 4 major features for perfect competition. You have to memorize them all. 好啦，咁仲有啲乜嘢 other features 咧？The first one is seller are price taker。咩叫做 price taker 咧？Price taker mean all sellers would follow the market price to charge their to set their price. In other words, they cannot set their own price. They will all follow the market price. 佢哋唔會咧突然間自己咧去 set 一個 market price 嘅。佢哋一定係會跟住個市場。個市場而家賣緊5蚊，我就跟住咧一齊到賣5蚊，咁樣就為之咁樣就係啲 price taker 啦。咁點解你就話點解咁蠢嘅？點解佢哋會全部都係去跟住個市場嘅 price？ 點解佢唔自己賣自己嘅 price 咧？咁個原因咧，第一個啦 ，This is because all sellers supply homogeneous product. And all participants in the market have perfect information. 因為咧喺個市場上面咧，佢哋係賣緊一啲相同嘅物品嘅。而且成個市場咧，所有人都知道晒嗰個 market information 嘅。咁好啦，你諗下啦 ，if any individual seller set his own price above the market price, then all the customer would not buy from him. They will buy from the other sellers because the customer thinks that the products are homogeneous. They are identical. So even though they buy from the other sellers, it is just the same. So if you charge a higher price, no one will buy from you. 冇人會同你買嘅。如果你 set 貴咗個價錢嘅話 OK， 咁你就會冇晒 customer 咯。OK， 咁有啲同學就咁可能佢唔知㗎嘛，佢唔知我賣貴咗，佢唔知道隔離嗰個人賣平啲㗎嘛，佢知嘅，因為係 perfect information。Okay, because there is perfect market information, so all the seller, all the buyers would know the market price. Okay, so you cannot charge, you cannot treat them you cannot cheat them a higher price. OK， 你唔可以咧佢哋咧，跟住就話我收個貴啲先，佢唔知噶嘛，咁唔會嘅，因為喺 perfect competition 裏面咧，所有人都知道所有嘅market information 嘅，得唔得？好啦，咁跟住啦。咁呢個同學就問啦，喂，咁唔可以 set above 啫，點解唔可以 set lower 咧？咁我哋就呢個講解釋啦。Each individual seller is so small that he can sell whatever amounts of output at the market price because they are so small. Okay, so the sellers does not need to set a price lower than the market price to attract customer. OK， 佢哋唔需要咧專登去 set 個低啲嘅價錢去搶晒啲 customer 嘅，因為喺個市場上面佢哋係好細嘅啫，細到微塵咁細。OK， 我要賣幾多其實我就已經賣到㗎啦，我仲使乜 charge 一個低啲嘅價錢去吸引啲人啫？本身我都係得10件，我一賣就賣晒啦嗰10件。OK， 唔需要專登減價嘅，得唔得？咁所以咧喺 perfect competition 裏面咧，啲 sellers 咧會係 price taker 嚟嘅。OK， 佢哋係跟住個 market price 嘅啫。They would only follow the market price. OK， they would not charge a higher or a lower price at the market. So we call them price taker. OK， 好啦，咁所以啦 as a result there is only one market price in the markets. OK。Okay, suppose there are many sellers in the market, but some are large sellers and some are sellers associated with each others. Are these sellers price taker? Okay, even though a market has many sellers, okay, if some of them have a large market share or if they are associated with each others, they have the power to influence the market supply and market price. Okay, so they are not price taker. OK， 好啦，雖然你話喂有好多 seller 嘅，但係有啲係大嘅，咁究竟佢係唔係一個 price taker 咧？咁其實就會唔係啦，因為如果有啲係好大嘅 seller 咧，佢哋就有能力去 influence 個 market price 啦，咁所以佢哋咧就唔會跟住個市場嘅價格去做噶啦。喂，我咁市場佔有率咁多，我咁強勢，點解我要跟住個市場做啫？OK， 咁佢哋就唔會係 price taker，我哋就會叫佢做 price searcher 咯。得唔得？咁我哋之後會再講嘅 price searcher 呢一樣嘢。OK， 好啦，第二個 features 啦，第二個 perfect competition 嘅 features 啦。Sellers do not engage in non-price competition. OK, what is non-price competition? OK, for example, advertising. OK, for example, you give some gift, OK, to the customer to attract the customer. Those are non-price competition. OK, a competition other than discount, other than price. Those are non-price competition， 即係俾啲優惠咯，譬如你送啲嘢俾佢啊，譬如咧你做下廣告啊，咁我呢啲咪叫 non-price competition 咯。咁但係 perfect competition 當中呢一個 market structure 當中咧，其實係唔會有 non-price competition 嘅。咁點解唔會有 non-price competition 咧？呢度啦 ，since sellers can sell whatever quantity that they desire at the market price, it is neither necessary nor profitable to engage in non-price competition。冇需要咯，OK？我想賣幾多，我根本就已經賣得晒，我仲使乜仲賣廣告啫？我仲使乜俾啲優惠你啫？OK？咁所以就唔會有 non-price competition 㗎啦，OK？係 price taker 喺呢個 perfect competition 裏面。好啦，咁你會覺得喂，好似好離地咁咩？呢一個 price competition 係冇錯嘅，喺現實社會當中咧係冇呢一款嘅 market structure 嘅。OK？In reality, there are no such example for perfect competition. Okay, it is just an ideal type of market structure. OK， 冇嘅，其實係一個理論嚟嘅啫。OK， 係一個 ideal 嘅 market structure 嚟嘅啫。咁但係喺現實社會當中咧，其實你係唔會揾到相關嘅例子嘅。OK， 呢度啦，佢都有講啦，no real life example，得唔得？ 好啦，咁我哋咧睇下呢度，我哋唔睇呢一個位啦，你可以有興趣可以自己望下啦。咁我哋睇下呢個 misconception 13.1呢度。咁如果你做完咧，你就可以繼續睇落去啦。好啦 ，A 嗰個啦 ，In a perfectly competitive market, all sellers are price taker. The market price is stable and seldom change. 好啦，呢個嘢啱唔啱咧？前半句啱，後半句唔啱。OK，all sellers are price taker. This one is correct. However, this part is not correct. OK，咁佢同學就話唔係喎，你又話 price taker，佢跟住個市場價格㗎嘛，咁跟住市場價格點解唔係 stable 同埋唔轉啊咁？嗱，雖然佢跟住個市場價格啦，呢度啦 ，although sellers cannot affect the market price. Okay, the market price is not necessarily stable because the market price is determined by market supply and demand. Okay, which change from time to time. Okay, the market supply or the market demand will change. Okay, so even though the seller cannot affect the market price, the market supply and the market demand will affect the market price if they change. OK，咁所以係咪完全因為呢件事之下就個 market price 唔會轉咧？就唔係嘅，因為 supply 同 demand 會轉噶嘛，得唔得？好啦，跟住 B 啦。In a perfectly competitive market, sellers engage in non-price competition. 咁呢個我哋講過啦，唔啱啦 ，incorrect 啦 ，because it is not necessary, okay, to to do non-price competition because the sellers can sell whatever they want. Okay, so there is not necessary or not profitable to do the non-price competition. Okay, just like the part we said before. 好啦 C 啦 ，In a perfectly competitive market, only one price prevails in the market。佢就話啦，喺 perfect competitive market 裏面咧，得一個 price 咧會喺市場嗰度出現嘅啫。咁呢個就係啱啦，因為我哋講過啦 ，all sellers are price taker。OK，they charge the same price。佢哋咧會跟住個市場去 charge 價錢嘅，咁佢哋大家都係 charge 同一個價錢，咁所以咧喺perfectly competitive market 裏面咧得一個 price 嘅啫 ，only one price，得唔得？好啦，跟住 D 啦 ，In a perfectly competitive market, some sellers may offer price discounts. It is not correct because they do not need to offer price discount. Okay, they will only follow the market price. OK。唔需要啦，同埋佢哋會跟住個 market price 啦，咁所以佢哋唔會有 price discount 嘅，OK，because they can sell the quantity they desire，OK，so they do not need to cut the price to sell their goods，OK。好啦，咁跟住我哋睇下呢度啦，咁佢就話啦 ，What are the features of the following markets in Hong Kong？ 好啦，首先我哋睇下 vegetable markets 嗰個啦，number of seller 嗰個菜嘅市場啊。咁應該有好多啦 ，OK， 容唔容易進入咧？sorry， 睇埋呢度 ，water supply 就得一個啦 ，OK， 水務署啦 ，OK， 好啦，咁容唔容易進入咧 ？Vegetable markets 應該就係 free entry 啦 ，OK。For water supply, there is restricted entry, OK，because this is provided by the government，OK。好啦，跟住 C 嗰個啦。Are the product homogeneous? Vegetable markets 應該就唔係 homogeneous 啦。The products is not the same because they got different quality or different types of vegetable in the markets. So the products are not homogeneous. 咁 water supply 咧應該就係啦，你扭開水喉水嗰啲水應該都係一樣嘅啫。OK， 你喺屋企個廚房嗰度扭或者廁所嗰度扭嗰啲水都係一樣嘅啫。咁所以應該係 homogeneous 嘅。好啦，跟住 D 啦 ，Is market information perfect? Okay, is it everyone know all the information in the markets? Should be no. Okay, both of them are not. 好啦，咁所以係咪 perfect combination 咧？應該兩個都唔係啦。OK，咁我哋咧就講晒咧 perfect competition 呢一個嘅 market structure 啦。OK，we finished the first type of market structure that is perfect competition, and you cannot find any example in reality for this kind of market structure. OK，咁呢個我哋揾唔到 real example 噶啦，其實。同學，你書嗰度咧，第167頁嗰度咧，應該有個MC 嘅，咁我哋做埋嗰條 MC 啦。係啦，呢一條。咁我就問啦 ，Which of the following is a features or are the features okay of a perfectly competitive market？ 咁 perfectly competitive market 即係 perfect completion 嘅 market structure 嘅 market 啦 ，OK。好啦，咁邊個係佢嘅 features 啦？咁其實就照背嘅啫，咁應該答案咧就係 A 啦 ，OK。There is a freedom of entry or access of the firm，OK，free entry and access 啦。咁跟住 B 呢個唔啱啦。The market price of the product is stable。頭先講過啦，唔係 stable 嘅，會 change 嘅。OK，如果有 change in demand 或者 change in supply 嘅話咧，咁就會令到個 market price change 㗎啦。OK，only we said that the sellers are price taker. It is only it only means that the seller cannot influence the market price, but it doesn't mean that the market price would not change. Okay, when there is change in demand and supply, the market price will be affected also. Okay， 好啦，跟住 C 啦 ，seller uses non-price competition to attract customer。頭先講過啦。No non-price competition because it is not necessary or not profitable, okay, to use non-price competition. 咁呢個 D 係唔啱啦 ，all of the above are correct. OK， 咁所以答案咧應該係 A 啦。好，咁跟住咧，我哋講第二款嘅market structure 啦。We talk about the second type of market structure. That is monopolistic competition. 嗱，咁呢個咧我哋叫 monopolistic competition 啦，咁你就唔好同之後我哋講個 monopoly 撈亂喎，呢個係兩樣嘢嚟嘅喎 ，OK？ 咁 monopolistic competition 記得要背啱個名啦 ，OK？Monopolistic competition 咧係講緊個 market structure，OK？Monopolistically competitive market 咧就係講緊個 market 如果係 monopolistic competition 嘅呢一款嘅 market structure 咧，我哋就叫做 monopolistical competitive market 啦。OK， 咁一樣啦，佢係好多嘅 sellers 嘅。There are many sellers in monopolistically competitive markets, and all the sellers are small sellers and not associated with each others. OK， 咁呢個係第一個 features 啦。好啦 ，the second features free entry into the market。OK， 同頭先咧perfect competition 一樣嘅，都係 free entry 嘅。OK。Sellers are free to enter the market anytime they decide. Okay, there is no restriction of entering the market. 好啦，跟住但係第三個就開始唔同啦。OK， 第三個係講咩咧 ？Sellers supply heterogeneous product. Heterogeneous product 咧即係相異啦，不同啦。OK，different product。OK， 點樣為之 heterogeneous 咧 ？Products are heterogeneous when they are not identical and can be differentiated by the buyers. Okay, in the view of the buyers, if they are different, then they are heterogeneous product, even if they have just minor difference in features or functions. Okay, if 就算咧佢係得好少嘅difference 啦，只要嗰個 bias 覺得佢係唔同咧，佢都已經係叫做 heterogeneous 㗎啦，得唔得？Okay, for example, a bottle of water. Okay, maybe you would a bottle of water from 7-Eleven or a bottle of water from the store. Okay, maybe you would think maybe some customer will think that they are different. Okay, because in 7-Elevens the service provided may be better, okay, than the store. Okay, so some customer will think that they are different. Then they are also heterogeneous product. OK， 有啲人會覺得咧，兩支水就算你喺你屋企樓下嗰間鋪仔嗰度買，同埋喺 7-Eleven 嗰度買，咁可能有啲同學就都係支水啫嘛，有咩唔同啫咁。咁但係啲同學就話，咪有啲人就會覺得唔係嘅，因為你 7-Eleven 買咧，可能個 service 會唔同啦，又或者喂 7-Eleven 唔係喎，得儲印花嘅喎，儲完印花又可以換公仔嘅喎。咁只要個 customer 覺得佢係唔同咧，佢就叫做 heterogeneous product 㗎啦，得唔得？好啦，跟住第四個 features 啦 ，sellers and buyer have imperfect information. Okay, that means no one would know all the market information. Okay, so then we call that imperfect information. In a monopolistically competitive market, no buyers and sellers have perfect information about the market demand, supply. OK， 我唔揀啦呢度。總之咧，冇人知道晒咧成個市場所有嘅資訊嘅，咁呢個就係叫 imperfect information 啦，得唔得？ 咁呢個咧就係 monopolistic competition 咧個4個 features 啦，咁你都係要記咗佢嘅。其實你發覺咧，其實記嚟記去都係差唔多嘅啫，都係講緊嗰4樣嘢咯。只不過佢哋嘅 combination 咧，你發覺之後佢就會有少少唔同嘅。我哋記嚟記去都係講緊 seller 係幾多啦。entry 係咪 free 啦？啲 product 係點樣啦 ？heterogeneous 定係 homogeneous 啦？同埋 market information 係點樣咯 ？OK， 講嚟講去都係呢4樣嘢嘅啫。好啦，咁呢度啦 ，learning tip 13.1嗰度啦 ，Why are some product heterogeneous？OK，咁呢個就係講下點解咧嗰啲嘢會係唔同啦。OK，第一個啦。They have a different appearance. OK，譬如嗰啲嘢係個樣根本唔同嘅。OK，for example, color is different. For example, material is different. OK，咁呢個就係 heterogeneous 噶啦。好啦，例如第二個啦 ，They are supported by different related service. For example, after sale service. OK，例如嗰啲售後服務啦。譬如啦，你喺豐澤嗰度買一部電視機，同埋咧你喺樓下嗰間電器鋪買電視機，可能個售後服務會有唔同喎。豐澤可能話我包你14日咧可以免費退貨嘅，咁但係你樓下嗰間鋪仔可能菜都傻啦，14日冇嘅，7日嘅啫，我哋得7日退貨嘅啫。咁可能呢一啲嘅唔同嘅 after sale service 咧，就會令到你會覺得嗰件嘢有唔同啦。OK，even though the product itself is the same, if the after sale service are different. Okay, the customer may think that the products are different. The products is heterogeneous. Okay， 就算嗰樣貨物都係一樣，都係個 Sony 嘅電視機。OK， 有啲人會覺得個售後服務唔同咧，都會令到佢覺得係唔同嘅。咁佢都可以係 heterogeneous 嘅，得唔得？好啦，跟住啦，第三個啦 ，They are provided at different locations。嗰樣嘢嗰個位置唔同咧，都有機會令到啲人覺得唔同嘅。OK，for example, some shops are more accessible. OK，譬如你覺得咦去 7-Eleven 好似好方便喎，周圍都有一間嘅喎。OK，但係我要專登去到咧買一間士多嗰度咧，去行去好遠先可以買到嘅，我就會覺得好麻煩啦。OK，咁呢個都會令到人哋會覺得唔同嘅。OK，好啦，跟住第四個啦 ，some products can satisfy other wants as well。例如啦 ，provide a sense of privilege 啦，OK，譬如話啦，喂，我買個袋，我會想買個 Chanel 嘅袋，喂，點解 Chanel 嘅袋會正啲啫？點解 Chanel 個袋明明個樣可能同嗰個 A 貨嗰個一樣嘅啫嘛？點解我係都要買個正版嘅 Chanel 嘅袋咧？因為有個 sense of privilege 咯，我覺得勁啲嘅，型啲嘅，唔係淨係為咗個袋，我係為咗個牌子嘅。咁其實呢個咧就好 similar to 你陣間第5個呢個啦。Okay, they have different brand names and product image. Okay, reliable 啲啦 ，stable quality 啲啦，我會覺得。OK，譬如我買個 Apple 嘅電話，我覺得喂好似stable 啲喎 ，reliable 啲喎。OK，咁呢啲都會令到咧你覺得嗰個 product 係 heterogeneous 嘅，得唔得？好啦，咁仲有其他乜嘢 features 咧 ？Other features of monopolistic competition. The sellers this time are price searcher。佢哋今次咧就係 price searcher 嚟嘅。咩叫 price searcher 咧 ？price searcher 即係話 they can set their own price。OK，for price searcher they can set their own price。But do not only follow the market price。OK， 佢都可以自己自由定個價格嘅。最主要嘅原因點解咧 ？Because this time sellers supply heterogeneous product。OK， even though they charge different price, they will not lose all the customer。OK， 今次咧佢哋賣啲嘢咧係唔同嘅。OK， 喺啲 customer 眼中佢覺得唔同嘅，咁所以就算佢賣貴啲咧，都唔一定會令到冇晒 customer 嘅。譬如呢個人賣串魚蛋。佢見到七仔賣12蚊，呢度賣8蚊，佢自己都可以諗下，我可以賣幾多錢咧 ？Let's say 佢賣13蚊，咁一樣可能都有人買嘅喎，因為啲 customer 覺得，喂，佢秘製嘅喎，嗰個醬汁13蚊抵啦，可能都可以咁樣做嘅。OK， 只要嗰啲 customer 覺得你啲嘢係唔同嘅話咧，你就可以有機會 charge 一啲唔同嘅價錢啦。OK， 同你頭先咧 perfect competition 嗰個唔一樣 perfect competition 嗰個咧，因為係大家都覺得喂好冇 genius 嘅喎，你仲 charge different price， 我點會同你買啊 ？OK， 今次就唔一樣啦，得唔得？咁同埋咧，就算你話喂唔係喎，有陣時我發覺咧啲嘢一樣嘅啫喎。OK，譬如話啦， 喂，都係百佳啫嘛，都係支水啫嘛，點解喺百佳買同喺 Taste 買個價錢會有唔同嘅咧？咁同學就會覺得，有啲同學就會覺得，喂，一樣支水啫喎，但係唔係嘅，有人會覺得，喂，喺 Taste 買 Taste 好似高級啲喎啲嘢，咁我覺得喺嗰度買要比貴啲都好正常啫。咁呢個我哋都叫做 heterogeneous product 嘅，OK，就係頭先我講啦，sense of privilege 啦，OK。咁同埋啦，就算啦，真係啲嘢一模一樣啦，點解仍然你都可以 charge 唔同嘅價錢咧？就係呢度咯。Both sellers and buyers have imperfect information. Okay, no one know all the price. Okay, of the sellers. So even though you charge a higher price, some customer will still buy from you. Okay，因為冇人知道幾多錢嘅，可能我唔知噶嘛。OK，可能我俾你呃咗咯，明明都係同一串魚蛋啫嘛。你又講到自己串魚蛋有幾勁，咁我又唔知道原來你串魚蛋係同隔離嗰個鋪位一樣嘅，可能我會俾你呃咩？我會俾你呃買咗嘅。而可能我行去街頭嘅時候，發覺串魚蛋賣緊8蚊，咁我買咗啦。啊，原來點知街尾係賣7蚊嘅。OK，咁我又唔知嘅。咁呢個就係因為冇一個 perfect market information 嘅關係啦，所以我哋就可以嗰啲 sellers 就可以 charge 唔同嘅價錢，都仍然可以有人買啦。OK，咁所以喺 monopolistic competition 裏面咧，會係 price searcher 嚟嘅嗰啲 sellers。好啦，跟住啦，呢度啦嚇，even if some sellers raise their price, they will not lose all of their customer 啦。呢個頭先講噶啦，they can search for the price, they can maximize their profits。佢可以揾一個價錢咧，令到佢個 profit 咧係利潤係最大嘅，得唔得？好啦，跟住第二個啦，sellers engage in both price and non-price competition。咁今次咧，啲 sellers 咧就會又有 price 又有 non-price competition 啦。For price competition, some sellers may lower their product price to attract more customer. Okay, for example, some hotels will provide price discount for their buffet as a promotion. Okay, because in monopolistic competition, they can charge different price. The sellers are price searcher, so they can use price discount to attract the customer. OK， 又或者 non-price competition 啦，例如啦，some hotels may offer special buffet dishes to attract customers. OK， 咁 price competition 又會有，non-price competition 都會有嘅。好啦，咁跟住咧，我哋睇一睇呢一個啦。咁佢就話啦，fashion retailing and Chinese restaurant，OK，都係 monopolistically competitive market 嚟嘅，喺香港嚟講。咁點解咧？最主要原因咧係好多 sellers 啦，冇 dominate sellers 啦。OK，dominate 嘅意思即係主導啊，或者個 market share 好大嗰啲 sellers 咧，我哋就叫 dominate sellers 啦。If the sellers got many market shares，OK，then we call that dominate sellers. But in monopolitical competitive market, there is no dominate sellers. All sellers are small sellers. OK。咁呢度啦，我哋睇下呢度啦。咁佢話其實咧有好多 well-known 嘅 fashion shops 同埋 restaurant chain 嘅，咁但係佢哋咧冇 dominate 個 market，咁所以咧大家都係 small sellers 嚟嘅啫。咁係 free entry 啦，你中意幾時進入咪進入個市場咯。係咪 heterogeneous product 咧？一定係啦，唔同嘅 fashion brand，唔同嘅 fashion retailing brand 同埋 Chinese restaurant 你都覺得有唔同啦。OK。同埋一定係 imperfect 㗎啦，喺呢個世界上係冇 perfect competition，冇 perfect information 嘅，OK，咁一定係 imperfect information 㗎啦。咁佢哋係 price searcher 啦 ，because they can set their own price to maximize their profits, and they all engage in price and non-price competition. Okay, so fashion retailing and Chinese restaurant are monopolistic competitive market in Hong Kong. Okay. 好啦，跟住咧，同學咧試下做呢個 test yourself 13.2嗰度。咁呢個佢就有兩款嘅俾你睇嘅。第一款係 hairdressing 啦，跟住就係 banking 啦。咁我睇 hairdressing 嗰度啦，number of sellers 一定係 many 啦。剪髮鋪一定係好多㗎啦。好啦，banking 咧都係好多嘅，有好多唔同嘅 bank 啦。OK，喺香港嚟講，好啦。Are there a few dominant sellers？ 咁 hairdressing 咧就應該冇 dominant sellers 㗎啦。OK， 冇一個特別嘅 sellers 咧係佔一個好大嘅 market shares 嘅，咁所以呢個冇啦。咁但係 bank 就唔係啦。OK，有啲銀行咧佢係比較大間一啲嘅。OK，例如啦匯豐啦、恒生啦、中國銀行啦，呢啲咪大間啲嘅銀行咯。OK，咁例如仲有啲咁你話啊，仲有啲好細嘅可能 富邦銀行，有仲有啲咩啊？例如仲有集友銀行，OK 等等啦，呢啲好細嘅 banking 啦，OK 咁所以係其實佢有好多嘅 bank，但係佢會有 dominant 嘅 sellers 嘅，例如就係頭先所講啲大行啦，匯豐啊、恒生啊、渣打啊、中國銀行啊等等咯，OK 咁所以係有 dominant seller 嘅 banking。好啦，容唔容易進入啦 ？hairdressing free entry 啦，你中意開咪開咯，OK。咁 banks 一定係 restricted entry 啦，OK，restricted by the governments 啦。咁 nature of product hairdressing 咧 heterogeneous 啦，banking 都係 heterogeneous 啦，OK 都係唔同噶啦。咁 market information 一定大家都係 imperfect information 噶啦。好啦，咁所以 hairdressing 咧應該咧就係 monopolistic competition 啦。banking 咧就唔係 monopolistic competition 啦，其實 banking 咧就係我哋之後所講呢一個 oligopoly。Actually banking is the market structure of oligopoly。OK， 好啦，咁咩叫 oligopoly 咧？中文咧叫做寡頭壟斷。OK， 點樣為之寡頭咧？就係有幾個特別大嘅咯。OK， 好啦 ，oligopoly 嘅 features 第一個 ，there is a few dominant sellers in the market。OK， 有幾個咧？特別大嘅 sellers 嘅 ，OK， 記得一定要串啱呢個字 ，OK，this one is the key word，OK，don't use the other word to substitute this word，OK，I will not give you mark，OK，and please spell it right， 同埋記得要串啱個字啦，呢啲咧 key word 你串錯俾唔到分你嘅，OK，有幾個咧特別大嘅 sellers 嘅 ，OK， 好啦，咁。有例如有啲乜嘢啦，例如啦，譬如 TV broadcasting 啦，香港嚟講咪有幾個特別，有兩個特別大嘅咯，譬如無線電視啦、有線電視啦、Now 啦，而家仲有冇亞視㗎？亞視係咪有網上啊？我唔知咧，OK。咁總之喺香港嚟講咧，就係有幾個 few dominant sellers 咯，OK。呢個可以叫做 oligopolistic market 啦，OK。又或者啦。A few large dominant sellers together with many small sellers. For example, supermarket in Hong Kong. OK， 可能有幾個大，跟住有好多零零星星細嘅。OK， 譬如有啲咩咧？譬如有幾個大，譬如香港 supermarket 幾個大嘅咪惠康啊、百佳啊，咁呢啲咪大嘅咯。咁可能有啲零星細嘅，例如可能你都冇聽過㗎啦，譬如嗰啲咩？華潤都算大啦，係咪啊？仲有啲細嘅，譬如嗰啲咩你屋企樓下有間叫嘟嘟咩街街超級市場，或者叫多多超級市場咁嗰啲咯。OK，咁佢有幾間大，但係有好多一紮零星細嘅，都叫做 oligopoly 嘅。OK，可以係得幾個大，又或者係有幾個大再楞啲零星細嘅，咁我哋都叫做 oligopoly。只要有 few dominant sellers，我哋就叫做 oligopoly 㗎啦。OK， 好啦，跟住啦，呢度啦，留意翻啦 ，these features solely determine whether a market is an oligopoly or not。嗱，同學記住呢一個啦，呢個嘢係咩意思咧？即係話啦，其實你只要見到佢係有 dominant sellers 咧，我即刻就可以叫佢做 oligopoly 噶啦。佢需唔需要一定 fulfill 晒後面呢幾個2、3、4呢幾個咧？唔一定嘅。OK，if you see the market got dominant sellers, then we can directly say that it is oligopoly. Okay, even though it cannot fulfill the features below. OK， 咁記得咯喎呢一個。好啦，跟住啦，第二個 features 啦 ，sellers are not easy to enter the market， 唔係咁容易咧可以進入個 market 嘅，係咪唔可以進入咧？唔係，唔容易進入啫。OK，may have some entry barriers。OK， 好難啲去進入嘅 ，not easy to enter。For example, dominant sellers usually enjoy economies of scale and so have cost advantage to compete with the newcomers。OK， 咁通常咧，佢哋咧個 average cost 咧好低嘅 ，economies of scale 嘛，我哋啱啱學完噶啦。OK， 佢個 average cost 好低，咁佢咪有個 cost advantage 咯。OK， 你要入嚟咩？啲新嘅人要入嚟咩？我要以本傷人。OK， 我賣得平啲。OK， 令到你入嚟嘅時候咧，好難爭取到個市場佔有率嘅。 OK， 咁呢個可以係，所以會令到呢一啲 newcomers 咧好難去進入嗰個市場咯。第二個啦 ，different oligopolistic market may have different degrees of restriction for new entry。咁唔同嘅oligopoly 嘅 market 咧就會係有唔同嘅 restriction 啦，譬如 banking 呢啲咪會難一啲咯，政府會有好多嘅 restriction 俾佢，你先可以進入啦。OK， 咁例如 supermarket 咁個 restriction 冇咁大嘅，你可以進入嘅。OK， 咁所以唔同嘅 market 就會有唔同咯。OK。好啦，跟住第三個 sellers supply homogeneous or heterogeneous product， 佢有陣時會 supply homogeneous 或者 heterogeneous product 都有嘅。Okay? However, it is common for an oligopolist to try to differentiate their product from those of its competitor。咁但係咧，通常啲 oligopoly 咧，佢哋都會揾一啲方法咧，去令到 customer 覺得佢哋啲嘢唔同嘅。OK，differentiate its product 嘅意思即係話令到人哋咧覺得佢嘅 product 係有唔同嘅。OK，make the customer to feel their product are different。That means differentiate their products。OK。好啦，跟住啦 ，sellers and buyer have imperfect information， 一定係 imperfect 噶啦。OK， 咁冇人知道晒全部嘅市場資訊啦，同頭先一樣啦。咁仲有啲咩其他 features 咧？一定係 price searcher 啦。OK， 咁有幾個 large dominant sellers 咧，佢可以 affect 個 market supply 嘅，因為佢哋夠大啦。OK， 咁所以佢哋就可以影響到嗰個market supply 啦。咁所以亦都可以影響到個 market price 啦。咁同埋頭先講過啦，佢哋會 sell heterogeneous product 啦 ，and also the market information is imperfect。OK， so even those small sellers can set their own price。有啲同學就會問啦 ，dominant seller 可以 set 佢哋嘅 own price， 咁 small seller 可唔可以咧 ？small seller 都可以嘅。OK，the major reason is that because customer may think that the products are different, okay, are heterogeneous, and the market information is imperfect, so even those small sellers can set their own price。好啦，跟住啦，第二個啦 ，interdependence in pricing policy，OK， 互相依賴嘅 interdependent 即係互相依賴，唔好串錯咗 independent 嚇，你串錯咗 independent 咧，你就錯晒㗎啦。OK。Oligopolies are interdependent in their pricing policy. Okay, they have to consider and react to each other's pricing policy. 佢哋咧係互相依賴嘅，佢哋會人哋睇下人哋點，佢就會跟住點樣去做嘅，得唔得？例如啦 ，price war 啦 ，a price war occurs when they keep cutting their price to increase or maintain their market shares。譬如好地地嘅，原本佢一齊賣緊9蚊嘅，突然間有個人賣8蚊喎，譬如百佳減價賣8蚊，咁惠康咧就諗住，唔得啦，我一定要賣翻多啲，賣翻平啲嚟吸引翻啲顧客嘅，咁佢哋一路互相係咁減落去咯。OK。When an oligopolist cut its price, others will probably follow, so as to maintain their market shares。佢哋想維持住翻佢哋嘅市場佔有率啦，咁所以佢哋會跟住去做嘅。OK， 咁最後其實最慘就係咩咧？大家都會 suffer 咯。OK，all sellers may suffer a great drop in profits。咁好啦，如果大家一齊，咁 oligopolist 如果加價會點咧？咁有機會咧，啲人咧就唔跟住去加嘅。OK，因為點解咧？我想咧。攞咗你嘅 market shares，OK， 咁所以你加價嗰個人咧，可能你就會少咗啲 market shares 噶啦。好啦，咁通常所以個價錢咧，通常咧會係 rigid 嘅 ，rigid 即係固定。OK，the price tends to be rigid，OK，because by this reason。Okay, if it cuts their price, they would all suffer from a great drop in profits. When they raise their price, if others do not follow, okay, they may lose a significant portion of their market shares. Okay, and they will suffer from a great loss also. So the price will tend to be rigid. Oligopolists tend to keep their price rigid despite changes in market demand or supply. OK， 佢通常咧唔會自己無啦啦去加價或者減價嘅。OK。除非啦，市場嘅 market demand 或者 supply 有轉變啦，咁個價錢個 market price 變嘅時候，佢哋會跟住變咯。咁呢個我哋叫 price rigidity 啦。OK， 譬如呢度啦，嗰啲 newspaper 嘅價錢啦，其實賣咗6蚊咧，係由2000年賣到2013年咧，其實佢哋都係賣緊6蚊嘅。OK，佢哋通常唔會點樣去轉嗰個價格咯。好啦，跟住第4款啦 ，price leadership。通常咧呢一度啦 ，sometimes price changes are necessary，有陣時可能真係需要去轉嗰個價錢啦。例如點解咧？譬如 production cost 可能高咗啦，或者個 demand 啊會唔同咗啦。咁喺呢個時間佢哋就會 change 個價錢啦。咁通常咧 major sellers would take the lead in changing price and other firm will follow。咁我咪睇下個大佬點轉咯。OK， 大佬點轉我就跟住佢點轉啦。OK， 咁呢個我哋叫 price leadership 啦。好啦，譬如呢度啦，佢有個 example 俾你嘅，就係話嗰啲報紙啊，由5蚊轉到去6蚊啦。OK， 2000年嘅時候，咁跟住去到2013年嘅時候咧，蘋果啦、東方啦同埋太陽報咧，呢幾份比較大嘅報紙咧，就由6蚊轉到去7蚊啦。咁跟住咧，大部分嘅報紙又跟住佢哋轉啦，見到佢轉咗去7蚊，咁我哋又跟啦。啊，大佬轉咩，我咪跟咩咯。咁佢哋又轉去7蚊啦。OK，咁跟住咧。到2016年咧，咁蘋果咧又將佢嗰個價錢咧由7蚊轉到去8蚊啦。OK，咁跟住跟住啲報紙咧又再跟住佢轉啦。OK，咁所以你發覺咧呢度就有個 price leadership，通常大家會跟住個大佬嘅，睇定啲先，睇下大佬點轉先，跟住我就跟住佢轉啦。OK。好啦，咁 non-price competition 係好 common 㗎啦，OK，咁通常都會有 non-price competition 㗎啦 ，advertising 啊，或者 improve 佢哋嘅 quality 啊，俾啲 gift 啊呢啲等等咧都會出現㗎啦。好，咁跟住我哋睇下 misconception 13.2嗰度啦。咁如果你做完咧，你就可以睇落去啦。咁佢就話啦，The market structure of supermarket industry in Hong Kong can be regarded as an oligopoly because supermarket act interdependently. Is this statement correct？ 呢個 statement 咧係唔 correct 嘅。OK， 前面呢半句係啱嘅。This one supermarket in Hong Kong is really a oligopoly. However, the reason is not correct. The only reason to explain if the market is a oligopoly or not is only this reason. If it consists a few dominant sellers, then it is oligopoly. There is no other reason to explain if it is oligopoly or not. 嗱，記住呢樣嘢。嗱，同學，你要去解釋嗰樣嘢係咪嗰個 market 係咪 oligopoly 咧？你得一個原因嘅啫，就係你要睇下究竟佢有冇 few dominant seller。如果佢有咧，佢就係 oligopoly。OK，你唔可以用其他嘅原因去解釋嘅，得唔得？一定要用呢個原因 few dominant sellers 去解釋，好唔 OK？就唔好用其他嘅原因啦，得唔得？好啦，跟住啦。咁跟住咧，我哋睇下呢一個 test yourself 13.3呢個咧，我唔同你睇啦，你有興趣可以自己望下嘅。咁跟住我哋睇後面呢度 test yourself 30.3。好，首先啦，我哋睇兩款唔同嘅 market 啦 ，electricity supply and free daily newspaper。好啦，跟住呢一度啦 ，number of seller 電力供應，咁其實咧。同學就會話：咪有2間咯，咁但係你要留意翻啦。Each region has one supplier only。OK， 中電咧就係九龍啦同新界啦，港燈咧就係香港島嘅。咁所以咧一個 region 咧淨係得一個 supply 嘅啫，得唔得？咁嗰啲免費報紙啦，咁有幾個嘅 dominant sellers 啦。OK， AM 730啦，而家仲有咩啊？每個都市日報啦，執咗笠啦。咩晴報啦。仲有頭條日報啦，咁呢啲都係一啲一啲 few large dominant sellers 啦。好啦，咁所以咧係咪 oligopoly 咧 ？Electricity supply 就唔係嘅。雖然你話唔係喎2間喎，但係一個地區得1間，咁所以我哋都唔叫做 oligopoly 嘅。咁呢個咧就係啦。OK，free daily newspaper 呢一個咧就係 oligopoly 啦。咁我哋睇埋其他 features 咯。Electricity supply 唔 容易進入啦 ，no entry 啦 ，OK。Free daily newspaper not easy to enter the market because there is originally dominant sellers in the market。咁 nature of product homogeneous 啦，電力嘅供應一定係一樣㗎啦。咁跟住啦 ，free daily newspaper heterogeneous 啦，唔一樣㗎啦。咁呢兩個都一定 imperfect information 啦，冇人知道晒成個市場嘅資訊嘅。OK。好啦，咁我哋睇下 work example 呢度啦。咁其實你發覺咧，佢啲問題咧好 direct 嘅。OK，the question in DSE is very direct. Okay, for example, give 2 reasons to explain why the market structure of real estate development in Hong Kong is not perfect competition. Okay, so you have to use the 4 features to explain why real estate development in Hong Kong is not a perfect competition. Which 4 features? The 4 features are many small sellers, free entry, homogeneous product, and perfect information. Okay, so there is no many sellers in real estate development. Okay, there are several large real estate development dominates the market. OK， 咁嗰啲地產商啦，就唔係好多 small sellers 㗎啦，有幾個大嘅 sellers 啦。OK， 係咪 free entry 咧？唔係啦 ，restricted entry 㗎啦。係咪 homogeneous？ 一定唔係 homogeneous 啦。你嗰啲樓起源都唔同啦，新鴻基啲樓出名靚啲㗎啦，係嘛？咁係咪 perfect information 咧？一定唔係 perfect information 啦。OK， 所以其實咧，通常咧，我建議同學咧用呢兩個 these 2 features。Okay, you can use these 2 features in answering those kind of questions. Okay, because it must be imperfect information. Okay, and normally it is heterogeneous product. Okay， 用呢兩個容易啲嘅，通常。好啦，咁所以啦，咁你可以講翻啦。OK。呢度啦 ，the market structure of real estate is not perfect competition。第一個啦 ，because several large real estate developer dominate the market。OK， 例如呢啲啊，新鴻基啊、地鐵啊、長江啊，咁你唔識呢啲嘅冇所謂嘅。OK， 但係如果你唔識講呢個 point， 你咪唔好講呢個 point 啦。OK， 咁跟住係咪free entry 咧？唔係嘅，係 restricted entry 啦。OK， 因為通常咧嗰個 capital 好大嘅，你要去起樓喎，你唔係拿住10萬蚊就嚟話，我要做開間起樓嘅公司咁樣，咁你梗係唔得啦。OK， 咁所以咧好難去 entry 嘅。好啦，跟住啦，一定係 heterogeneous 㗎啦。OK， 因為嗰啲 site 會唔同啦，起出嚟啲樓會唔同啦 ，design 會唔同啦。OK。咁跟住啦 ，seller and buyer have imperfect information 一定㗎啦，呢個冇人知道晒成個市場嘅資訊嘅。OK， 但係記得，當你答問題嘅時候，唔好就咁講個 topic 出嚟。Don't just answer the topic and the keywords. OK， you have to explain. OK， because there are 2 marks for each point. OK。好啦，跟住啦。咁跟住咧，同學咧睇下呢個 test yourself 13.4嗰度 ，OK， 咁睇下呢個 pie chart 啦，跟住就再講啦。佢就問你啦 ，From the above chart, give one a reason to explain the market structure of the search engine market in Hong Kong。好啦，咁你覺得佢係咩咧？呢一個咧應該係 oligopoly 啦。OK， 咁你見到啦 ，Google 同埋 Yahoo 咧，其實佢係佔咗個市場大部分嘅。OK，the search engine in Hong Kong is oligopolistic. OK, because only a few firms dominate the market. That is Google and Yahoo. OK， 叫你講翻兩個 features 啦，有啲咩 features 咧 ？Except the one mentioned in answering in A. OK, that means don't give the features of dominant sellers。咁仲有其他嗰3個啦，同埋嗰啲 other features 啦，你是但揀啲寫落去嘅啫，呢個唔難啦。好啦，跟住啦。If many search engines account for the 1% market shares for others, will your answer in A change? Explain。佢就問你啊，如果咧好多嘅 search engine account for 1% market shares， of others， 即係好多咧，好多1% 嗰啲咧，全部都係喺 others 嗰度啊，超多 others 咁樣。咁佢就問你究竟會唔會轉？咁應該就唔會轉啦，因為咧仍然都係有few sellers dominate the market 啦。OK。As long as there are few sellers dominate the market, OK, that is oligopoly. OK， 我唔使理佢究竟呢啲咧係幾多個 percent 嘅，其實 OK。好啦，咁跟住啦，我哋睇埋呢一個 page 177嗰條 MC 啦。咁佢就話 the market share of internet service，OK，service provider PCCW 啦、iCable 啦嗰啲啦 ，could be regarded as OK， 咁可以 regard as 乜嘢啦？咁應該咧就係 oligopoly 啦 ，because there is a few sellers dominated sellers，for example PCCW、iCable，OK 呢一啲寬頻服務啦 ，OK 有幾個係特別大噶嘛，咁所以應該咧係 oligopoly 嚟嘅。好啦，咁一係 C、I、D 啦，咁好啦，佢就 their service are homogeneous，OK，this one is not correct because different internet service provider may provide different service。Okay, maybe the speed is different, maybe the quality of service is different, the after sale services, the maintenance service is different. Okay, so their services are not homogeneous. Okay, the answer should be D, oligopoly, because they will consider the response of other provider when making decision. Okay, they are interdependent with each others. Okay， 呢個其實就係講緊係個 interdependence 啦。寫唔到啊，同學你自己寫翻啦 ，interdependence 啦，得唔得？咁所以答案咧應該係 D 啦。好，咁跟住咧，我哋咧就繼續講落去啦。Monopoly， 好啦，最後一個 the last market structure。Monopoly 即係壟斷啊 ，OK， 唔係大富翁啊嚇，壟斷。Monopoly 講緊得一個 sellers 嘅啫 ，there is only one sellers in the market。咁嗰個 sellers 就叫 monopolist 啦。OK， 又係一樣啦。This feature solely determine whether a market is a monopoly or not. Okay, that means when you need to explain whether if this market is monopoly or not, okay, you can just use this reason to explain. Okay， 唔好用其他嘅 reason 去講，淨係用呢個 reason 去講嘅啫。OK， 好啦，第二個 no entry 得一個 sellers 嘅啫。OK，because there is only one sellers, so no new sellers can be enter the market. There is no entry. There is no close substitute. Okay, the monopolist does not face competition from product of close substitute. 佢咧冇 close substitute 嘅。OK， 所以佢可以 monopolize 個 market。OK， 佢冇相似嘅替代品，但係唔等於咧佢冇替代品嘅嚇。OK， 佢係冇 close substitute， 但係咧唔等同於咧佢係冇 substitute 嘅。OK，for example MTR。There are no close substitute for MTR because there is only one railway service company in Hong Kong. However, there are still substitutes for MTR rail service. For example, bus. For example, mini bus service. Okay, they are substitute, but the railway service do not got close substitutes only. OK， 咁你留意翻啦，佢冇 close substitute 唔代表佢冇 substitute 嘅。OK， 咁所以佢一樣都有 competition 嘅其實。OK， 好啦，譬如呢度啦，佢話 the water supply department is a monopolist which supplies fresh water. OK， fresh water and bottled water are not close substitute. OK， 咁佢唔係 close substitute 啦嚇，咁但係一樣都有替代品嘅，佢哋都係替代品，但係唔係 close substitute 咯，都係嗰句。咁所以佢話啦 ，the word close is very important. A monopoly still face competition from substitute, but not close substitute. Please bear in mind. Okay, don't think that there is no substitute for monopoly. The monopoly still need to face competition. For example, the MTR service, the MTR company still face competition from the KMB, okay, from the bus service or from the taxi or from the mini bus service. OK， 好啦，跟住第四個啦。The seller and buyer have imperfect information 一樣啦，係 都係 imperfect information 㗎啦，一定。好啦，跟住啦，有咩其他 features 啦 ？The seller is a price searcher. Okay, as the sole seller, a monopolist can determine the price charge. Okay, they can determine their own price. Okay, it will search for and change the price that can maximize its profit. Okay. The sellers engage in both price and non-price competition. Some students may ask why they need to engage in price and non-price competition if they have no close substitute. Just like I said before, although there are no close substitute for them, they still got substitute. Okay. Okay, product supplies by monopolists may still have substitute, so they have to engage in both price and non-price competition. Okay. For example, MTR has to compete with the bus and minibus company, so it will offer fare discount or extend its transport networks. OK， 地鐵啦，就算佢冇 close substitute 都好，佢都要同巴士公司同小巴去競爭嘅，咁所以佢一樣會去減價，或者佢一樣會令到佢個網絡更加發達咯。好啦，咁跟住呢一度啦。呢個啦，emergency ambulance service 咁應該就係有兩個嘅，有兩個啦。咁就係消防處同埋聖 John 啦，咁所以有兩個啦。咁跟住啦 ，Peak Tram Service 就得一個啦，OK，山頂纜車啦，OK。咁跟住係咪 example of monopoly 啊？咁 emergency ambulance 就唔係啦，Peak Tram Service 就係啦。好，咁其他 features 啦，唔 easy 啦，OK，呢個都冇 entry 啦。有冇 close substitute 啊？救護車有啦，OK，就係聖 John 同埋消防處個救護車啦。咁 peak tram service 咧就冇啦，OK。咁有冇imperfect information 啊？兩個都係。好啦，咁跟住嚟睇下 learning tips 嗰度啦。咁有啲乜嘢嘅 competition 咧？嗰啲 monopolists face 啲咩 competition 咧？第一個 it has to compete with others to obtain a monopoly position and maintain its monopoly status. OK，佢哋要去爭嗰個 monopoly rights 啦。OK，they have to compete with others in order to get the monopoly rights. For example, for the peak tram service, the monopoly right is given by the government. Okay, so they have to compete to get the monopoly right first before they can be the monopoly of the markets. Okay. 第二個啦 ，it has to compete for customer with seller of substitute. OK， 你要去爭客啦。OK， 因為你有 substitute 噶嘛，你冇 close substitute 啫，但係你有 substitute 噶嘛。OK， 咁所以你要爭客啦，可能。好啦，第三個啦 ，it has to compete with other producer for the resources. Okay, for example, some industry may use the same resources with you. Okay, so you have to compete of the resources. 好，咁跟住啦，我哋睇 test yourself 13.6嗰度啦，叫你講一個香港嘅 monopolist，OK， 同埋咧講一講咧佢個 competition 啦。咁我俾啲 example 你睇下嘅，可以。譬如啦，頭先我哋講過啦 ，peak tram service 啦，OK。咁佢有啲咩嘅competition 咧？例如啦，佢要 get 佢嗰個 monopoly status 啦，OK，it have to maintain its monopoly status。或者佢要 compete with supplier of a substitute，例如啦 bus 啦 minibus company 啦，OK，and it has to compete with other company for land, labor and capital，OK，for the resources for the factor of production。好啦，跟住可以睇下 misconception 13.3嗰度，第180頁。好啦，第一個啦 ，a monopolist must earn profit，OK，咁呢個咧唔啱啦。OK， a monopolist may suffer losses。OK， 譬如你就算你得一個嘅 sellers 都唔代表你係會賺到錢嘅。OK， 譬如海洋公園得一個海洋公園啦。OK， 咁但係你都唔會賺到錢噶嘛，你都係蝕緊錢噶嘛，海洋公園得唔得？好啦，跟住 B 啦。One of the major difference between monopolists and perfectly competitive firm is that the former earn greater profit than the later。呢個一定唔啱啦。 OK， the profit of a monopolist is uncertain。OK， 冇人知道邊個賺得多啲錢嘅，佢哋只不過係唔同嘅 market structure， 唔代表佢哋邊個賺錢賺得多啲嘅。OK， 好啦，跟住 C 啦 ，as the product of a monopolist has no substitute。OK，a monopolist face no competition. This is not correct because the monopolist only got no close substitute, but it still got substitute and face competition. OK。好啦，跟住啦 D 啦 ，a monopolist can raise the price of his product without losing any customer. Okay, it is not correct. Okay, only without losing all customer, but it can still lose some customers. Okay， 好，跟住我哋睇下 work example 13.2嗰度啦。咁佢呢度咧就俾咗一個cinema circus in Hong Kong。咁跟住咧就俾咗個 market shares 嚟睇啦。好啦，咁跟住啦 ，state the market structure of the above cinema circuit market and list 2 features of such market shares。好啦，咁呢個係乜嘢嘅 market structure 咧？咁好簡單啦。如果你係得一個嘅就係 monopoly 啦 ，few dominant sellers 就係 oligopoly 啦。如果 many sellers 啦，咁就係monopolistic competition 啦。咁所以呢個咧應該咧係 oligopoly 啊。OK， the market structure of the cinema market in Hong Kong is oligopoly because the market has few dominant sellers. Okay, those are Broadway, MCL, and UA. OK， 咁所以佢係 oligopoly 啦。我諗有啲咩 features 咧，咪背翻咯。OK，just write out the features you have learned before。咁你寫翻晒出嚟咁就得㗎啦。呢一個好啦，咁跟住啦。咁點解會有 monopoly power？ 個 monopoly power 係點樣嚟嘅咧 ？OK，why do some markets have only one supplier？OK， 點解會有 monopoly power 咧？好啦，第一個 sole ownership of essential resources or technique required for the production. If only one firm owns the essential resources or technique, okay, then other cannot use those resources, so they cannot produce the same product of the firm. Then the firm would be would be monopoly. OK， 譬如啦，呢度佢話Google has a 90% market shares on the online searching market. It might become a monopoly on big data. OK， 因為佢有90% 嘅市場佔有率喎，咁佢都搶晒啲嘢啦，咁佢有機會可以成為到 monopoly 啦，得唔得？好啦，或者啦，你有個 patent 或者 copyright 即係嗰個版權啊，我嘅產權啦，私有產權、版權啦，嗰啲 copyright 啦。OK， 咁可能會 set 咗啲 law 咧去保護你嗰個版權嘅。OK， 譬如啦啲 pop songs 啦會有 copyright 啦。OK， 咁所以你就可以保障到嗰啲人有嗰個 monopoly 啦 ，monopoly power 啦。咁但係通常咧香港嚟講咧嗰啲copyright 咧就係50年嘅啫。OK。當個 creator 死咗50年之後咧，咁就冇咗嗰個 copyright 㗎啦。OK， 好啦，咁或者啦，第三個 the sole ownership of franchise。OK， 呢度嘅 franchise 咧就唔係講緊你嗰個唔係你讀 BFS 嗰個 franchise 啊嚇。呢度咧係講緊嗰個專營權啦。OK， 譬如政府咧可能佢會俾一個 franchise 嚟嘅。OK， 譬如呢個昂坪360啦，咁政府就俾咗個 franchise 咧 MTR 去做啦，咁所以就淨係得 MTR 可以做啫。OK，the government may give the right, give the franchise to some firms. For example, just like this Angping 360. OK，the government let MTR company to get the franchise, so only MTR company can provide this service. OK， 好啦，跟住啦，第四個啦。咁第四個啦，government monopoly 啦 ，OK，some service are provided solely by the government，OK，then we call that government monopoly，OK，嚟呢啲啦 ，education 啊，national defence 啊，water supply 啊呢啲啦。好啦，跟住第5個啦 ，natural monopoly，OK，自自然然就成為咗 monopoly 啦。點樣自自然成為 monopoly 咧？If the setup cost is very high，OK， then the company can become monopoly naturally because the other company cannot get into the market. Okay, the largest firm can enjoy the lowest average cost because of the economies of scale. So it can prevent other firms to enter the market. Okay, they can charge the lowest price to drive competitor out of the market and prevent the competition from newcomers. Okay, then they will become monopoly naturally. Okay。好啦，跟住第六個啦，integration or collusion，即係合併啦，或者合串謀啦。OK，譬如原本嘅公司，佢哋而家咧合併埋一齊，變為咗一間公司，咁啊變咗做 monopoly 咯。The existing firm may combine together or they act collectively to become just like one company. Then they become monopoly. They got the monopoly power. OK。A cartel is a form of explicit collusion with a formal agreement among its member. OK， 一個同業聯盟啦。OK， 其實就係一個串謀一齊去合作嘅一個單位咯。OK， 咁就令到佢哋咧有嗰個 monopoly power 啦。好啦，咁跟住我睇埋 misconception 13.4嗰度。OK， 喺呢本書184頁啦，咁佢就話 City A 咧得兩個 district 嘅啫，就係 K 同埋 H 啦。咁呢個 lease company 咧就係唯一嘅一個 supplier 喺 district K 嗰度。咁 Chance company 咧就係唯一一個 supplier 咧喺 district H 嗰度。咁佢就問下以下嘅啱唔啱啦？佢就話啦 ，City A 啦嘅 government 咧 must have controlled the entry of supplier in the market of good eggs。咁呢個啱唔啱咧？呢個應該係唔啱啦。OK， 政府咧只係其中嘅一個 source of monopoly power 啫。OK， 可能 lease 同埋 chance 咧，佢哋係 natural monopoly 嚟嘅。OK，maybe the setup cost of good eggs is very high, so Lee and Chance become the monopoly naturally, even though there is no control by the governments. OK。好啦 B 啦 ，the market of good eggs in city A is oligopolistic. Okay, it is not correct because in each district there is only one seller, so it is monopoly instead of oligopoly. Okay. Okay, C 啦 both Lee and Chance do not need to advertise their product as they do not face any competition. It is not correct because even though they are monopoly, they do not got close substitute, but they still got substitute. Okay, and they still face competition, so they need to promote their product, so they need to advertise their products。好啦，跟住咧，同學幫我睇翻184頁啦。184頁嗰條 MC， 我想你幫我做埋184頁嗰條 MC。好啦，呢一度。Which of the following statement about monopoly are correct？ 邊個係啱嘅？好啦，第一個啦 ，a monopoly set the market price， 呢個啱啦，佢可以去定佢自己嘅 price 噶嘛，因為佢 price searcher 嚟噶嘛。Okay, the second one, a natural monopoly arises when no firm are permitted to enter the market. It is not correct. Okay, because natural monopoly means that the setup cost, okay, of the business is very high, okay, and the company get the economies of scale already, so they driven out the other firm and prevent the other firm to come into the markets, but they do not got permission, okay, they do not got permission to prevent the firm to enter the market, okay， 佢唔係佢唔許可俾唔俾佢入嚟嘅問題啊，係佢根本自己入唔到嚟嘅問題啊。OK， 所以呢度 are permitted，no firm are permitted 其實係唔啱嘅。其實 I give permission to you and to enter the market. However, you do not got the ability to enter the market. That is the case of natural monopoly. Okay, I do not forbidden you to come into the market actually, but because the setup cost is too high, the other firm do not got ability to enter the market. So it create natural monopoly. OK， 好啦，跟住3啦 ，there are substitute for product provided by monopolists 呢個啱啦，就算冇 close substitute 都有 substitute 嘅。 OK， 咁所以答案咧應該係 boy 啦，得唔得？好啦，咁我哋就講晒呢一課啦。咁之後都係啦，我哋喺live 嘅課堂上邊咧，有機會同同學做下個功課啦，同埋同同學咧做埋一啲題目嘅。咁功課咧其實已經擺咗上網㗎啦。OK，咁你自己可以上翻 eClass 嗰度睇翻啦。好，咁你有問題你就可以再揾翻你嘅 subject teacher 啦。